Okay, so I'm going to give a waterfowl tip. It's about scouting. Not going to do you need really good binoculars and blah, blah. But it's actually, once you find your field, what do you do with it to ensure that you're going to have a super good hunt the next day? Hopefully you have a couple spots lined up, and your best one, put it to bed. And what I mean by that is watch it right till last light. We have found that a lot of our hunts kind of go south on us when you leave and then don't come back. So say you find it in your first hour of 3 or 4 hours of scouting, and you're like, oh, that's a blockbuster, I'm coming to it, like that's going to be our hunt. And then you kind of look for better ones, but you kind of come up with lesser fields. But what you didn't do is you actually didn't put it to bed. So let's say you found it in your first hour, and then if you came back and there's no birds in it, you could assume, oh, maybe they just went back to the water earlier because they fed well, but they might have got blown out by, an anhydrous, tank or coyote ran the field. And I tell you, geese, they hate coyotes. They're shit scared of them, and they'll if they get blown out of a field, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come back to that field till the next afternoon. So it's kind of one of those ones where you really, really do want to see that field to bed to ensure that you're going to have a really good hunt in the morning. Even an eagle can do it. If an eagle starts harassing that field, ducks hate eagles. They'll accept coyotes a little bit better, but they hate eagles. And if the eagles dive bombing that flock while it's in the field, really good chances are they're not going to come back in the morning because they're still thinking eagle in that field. And they'll go to their, B plan kind of thing. And you're waiting at that field, the A field, and you're nothing coming in. Look at that. That's weird. Lone duck, 2 feet off the ground. No ducks in this field. Anyways, whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of my thing. I guess when you have the ability to do it, put your field to bed. Always do it. You're gonna have better hunts, and it's even the same thing in the morning. Or I guess morning hunts and water and whatnot. You try to put it to bed that night, kind of thing. It's due diligence in your scouting, and then you try to make sure that you're eliminating all the variables that Mother Nature and having people on the landscape, i.e. farmers and whatnot, and trucks, and it could be an agronomist coming into the field and doing their work, and that blew all the birds out, but you weren't there to see it. So anyways, that's my tip: is put your field to bed.